everyone, and welcome back to another Auto Alfred video. Now today we're back with F1 2019 career mode, and well, here are the standings. We're 5th, my teammate is in 9th place. I'm ahead of the second driver in both Ferrari and Red Bull, Charles Leclerc and Alex Albon. I know Charles Leclerc is the first driver now, but 2019 he was the second driver. Anyway, we're now going to just start the video with R&D. This is from after the last episode in Canada. If you haven't seen that one already, make sure you do. So click on the pop-out banner in the top right hand corner to see what it's all about. But anyway, we're here for the French Grand Prix. I'm not actually that good at this track. I wouldn't say I don't like it, it's just maybe I'm slow, maybe the AI is quick around here, but it doesn't seem that I'm that quick. But even with the engine power upgrade that has come on, it's not too good around here for me. But as you can see, the weather forecast, it's going to be raining towards the end of the race, so hopefully that can help us out a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, still not too good. Especially in practice 1, as you can see, stuck in 7th gear. Well, not exactly stuck, but it's the same issue that I had in Monaco, where the gears changed really slowly.
Understood.
Like
Stopping this lap.
Just into the pit lane. Here we go. I'll show you what I mean. The AI is changing gears. Click. Now, 4th gear. Click. 3rd gear. Click. 2nd gear. And click 1st gear. There we go. It's way slower than it would be. So that's the issue that I had, and that's held me back for basically the rest of the session. I didn't actually manage to get a fast run in, so that
and with all the cars
hurt my
now over the line,
results quite badly. Already not too good here, as you can see. Lando Norris is in 11th.
That's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
Admittedly, he was on the hard tyre, but still pace not looking too good from him, but hopefully that will improve over the course of the weekend, and of course for me as well. I'm half a second off, second to last. So once again, I'm on the hard tyre, admittedly, but that's not a good enough excuse, isn't it? Anyway, practice 2 seemed a lot better for us. We're 8th on the soft tyre, and Lando Norris is in 4th. So pace is improving. I think it was just mechanical issues for the first part of practice, but anyway, get those out of the way and we seem to be okay. Here in Paul Ricard, and Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc both not particularly on the pace, but admittedly they're on the mediums. George Russell not doing too badly either, he's 14th, but to be fair, he was the slowest person on the soft tyre, so yeah, I can't really say any more than that, unfortunately. But anyway, resource points coming in, reputation's improving, and we've actually gone down towards the rookie side of respect level. Not too sure why that's happened, but anyway, simulating the rest of practice, and let's just head into qualifying. So, as you can see, our team goal has already been achieved quite easily. We did 12 practice programs where we the team only required for me to do 6. So a bit too easy. We might make it harder, but anyway, let's go into qualifying.
Welcome to qualifying for this weekend's French Grand Prix. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position gets underway.
Okay, so here we are in the car for French Grand Prix qualifying. Our pace is already not that good around here, so all I can do is go full send it. Oh. Yeah, that's not helpful on pace, isn't it? I've made the same mistake as I have in Baku. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, I've forgotten to put some new engine components in, and yeah, that's not going to help at all. We're going to be massively slower on the straights. I think the average wear of the components was what, I think 67% I saw. But yeah, massive mistake. It's not going to help us, but as I said, same mistake in Baku. If you want to see that episode, click on the top in the top right to see that video. That was episode 4. But anyway, Q1 results, Lando Norris 5th, I'm in 13th, just about getting into Q2, not too bad there. For some reason the two Ferraris have chosen to use the medium tyres. You would have thought that they would save them for Q2, so then you can start the race on those tyres, but anyway, Ferrari's decision, and here we are in Q2. I'm using the soft tyres here because I set a medium tyre run, and that's put me last, so ideally we want to be higher than that. So here we go, starting the lap, top speed around 200 miles an hour at the end of the straight, brake at, I don't know, 75 metres, and you can take the curbs quite aggressively here, can gain some time for you, but anyway, into turn 3, 5th gear, and then down to 4th for turn 4, and then change to 3rd for the hairpin-ish corner, turn 6, exit using 4th gear, get a good exit, and then run out wide for the entry to turn 7. That gives you a good run on this straight here. Top speed is around 205 miles an hour, I think, but anyway, heavy braking into turn 8, 4th gear, then change down to 3rd for turn 9, then flat out on the exit. You want to get as good an exit as possible so you can get a good run on down to here. It's basically a straight, but there's this flat out turn 10. I've taken it way too wide, so you probably want to go a bit shallower in there. But anyway, turn 11, you can brake later than you may think. Here you have to brake earlier than you may think for turn 12, otherwise you may just spin, like I have many times in practice. But anyway, we're now around turn 14, and 4th gear for here, but 2nd gear for the hairpin at the final corner, but 3rd if you can. But anyway, on the final straight, that puts us 9th in the qualifying session. Hopefully that's enough to get us out into Q3, but okay. Okay, so we're still the slowest in Q2. That's not good news at all. In fact, we're the only driver in this session to set a 1 minute 31. Okay, that's a bit embarrassing. Everybody else has done 1 minute 30, a 29, or I think Max Verstappen even did a 28, being the fastest in this session. But at least Norris got into Q3. Hopefully he can get a good starting position there. But yeah, not the qualifying session I wanted.
Qualifying, that's not exactly ideal, but there's no points for Saturday. Keep a cool head and make up for it in the race.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Not the qualifying session I wanted. But anyway, hopefully we can do well in the race. Obviously it's the race that matters. So before we do that, actually, they haven't actually taken into account Parc Fermé that strictly, so we can still fit a slightly newer engine into there, but let's see if it helps.
Welcome along then to the Circuit Paul Ricard, home of the French Grand Prix, home race of the Renault team, and of course a number of the drivers on the grid as well. Of the 14 races held here up until 1990, 5 were won by a Frenchman, and 4 of those, of course, were Alain Prost. I wonder who'll add their name to that winners list today. The Circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Butler, Weber, Perez, Norris and Roman Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Bottas. They've taken a grid penalty. Pierre Gasly, Holmes, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell. Kubica and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
Well, Jeff, don't forget that Renault have their own team as well. It's not just McLaren using a Renault engine here, they have their own F1 team as well. But anyway, welcome to the grid of the Formula 1 French Grand Prix. As you can see, just putting some more fuel in there. Actually, 56.8. Nah, screw that. Let's put some more in there. 58 kilos looks good. That's 4.5 laps extra. We know how thirsty this car is, so we probably need that much fuel in the car anyway. So, for the strategy, it's going to rain towards the end, as I said before. So I'm going to take a gamble and start on the hard tyres. Basically, use the hards until it rains. That's my strategy. Not entirely sure if it's going to work. It's either going to work brilliantly or terribly, but we'll see. Yeah, so hards to intermediates is the strategy that I'm thinking of, and hopefully it works. But anyway, let's start the race. Finishing the formation lap first. Yeah, interesting to see that Bottas has got a grid penalty as well. He's only 12th ahead of us, and so is Daniel Ricciardo. That's promoted us up into 14th place for the start. But anyway, let's get ready for the race start. 5 red lights, and it's light out and away we go. It looks like an absolutely terrible start. We've already been jumped by Raikkonen. His teammate Antonio Giovinazzi is looking for a move down the inside into turn 1. Braked almost too late and nearly drilled a hole in the back of Kimi Raikkonen's car. We do manage to hold off Antonio Giovinazzi. He's actually been overtaken by George Russell now. But as we go round the outside into turn 3 of Kimi Raikkonen, are we going to make that stick round the outside? And we do manage to hold that position. We're now into we're still in 14th place where we started, basically. And ahead of us is Pierre Gasly. He's already looking like he's pulling away. As I said before, our straight line speed is not going to be good. I mean, even though I put some fresh engine components in, they're still fairly old. The rest of them that I did. But anyway, we've got a track limits warning on the exit of turn 8. Once again I messed up turn 10, and now that's giving Kimi Raikkonen a chance. We brake way too late into turn 11, and he goes down the inside. But we're going to try and get a run, but a snap over of his steer, that's prevented us from doing it. And once again into turn 12. Now behind us is George Russell. Hopefully he doesn't get past us, I hope not. But anyway, not been the best start. Obviously we're on the hard tyre. I think we're the only one to start on this compound. Everybody else is on mediums or soft. So that is the end of lap 1. Not the best start for us. We're in 15th place, down 1 position. That's actually our qualifying position, 15th. But anyway, we're actually having to save some ERS because...
Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
Yeah, our engine's wearing out. So this is not so
We're
good.
accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Yeah, alright Jeff, I can do it. I know the engine's wearing out, but still, let's just run with it, right? Anyway, as you saw there, we're getting quite a lot of oversteer. Obviously the hard tyre have less grip than the mediums or the softs, so you can expect that from this kind of tyre. I think it's the C2 here in France, but anyway, not relevant. What is relevant
The car behind is dropping back
is
by about 0.3 a lap.
that we are pulling away from Russell, as Jeff mentioned there, and that we've messed up turn 2. And we're still catching Gasly though. He's within touching distance. Raikkonen's actually overtaken him as we completely go off the track, and we nearly actually drill a hole into the back of Pierre Gasly. I think one of the drivers went a little bit too shallow into the corner, and that gave them a bad run, slowing everybody down and nearly making me hit the back of Gasly. But anyway, we've got DRS, we're using rich and overtake, and we're going to go round the outside into turn 8, and oversteer. We do manage to hold it though, and we're into P14 once again, the position where we started. But anyway, here's a replay of it. Around the outside, oversteer, and yeah, we still managed to make it work. That was a nice one, but anyway, as you can see there, people are starting to pit. There's Charles Leclerc from softs to mediums, I think. As you can see, as I said, most people are starting on softs or mediums. I don't think anyone has started on hards in this race. So yeah, now Leclerc, first person to pit, so we're now in 13th place, but now we're on lap 7, as you can see. Bit of a battle coming up between Grosjean and Hulkenberg, behind Raikkonen, and they seem to be holding me up, but once again oversteer out of turn 9. We're going to see if we can get involved in this battle. So into turn 10, we're getting a very good run on Hulkenberg here, and we're not going to overtake here into turn 11. We know that it's not the best place to overtake at all, as you saw my incident with LTA all those months ago. But anyway, we still remain in 13th. My teammate Lando Norris has pitted, as has Valtteri Bottas. I think Bottas went on to the soft tyres again, for one reason or another. Yeah, he has. And so is Vettel. What about my teammate? There he is. Yeah, he's also going on to another set of softs, so he might have to pit again before the rain comes. Not entirely sure, but here we go. I'm going down the inside of Nico Hulkenberg at the final corner, the hairpin. That was turn 15, on lap 8, I think. But now more people are pitting, promotes us up into 5th place, and now as you can see, Raikkonen is actually starting to get into a battle with Romain Grosjean. Alex Albon leads this race, and who's that with an engine failure? And that is Alex Albon! Wow. Yeah, he was leading this race, and now he's got an engine failure. Putting him out of this race.
Green flag.
Wow. Anyway. We're now up into P4. That's a free position for us. Now Lucas Weber leads this race, I think. He has yet to make a stop. But here we are. We're now on lap 9 towards 10. Weber has pitted. We get DRS on Grosjean. But no signs of a safety car or virtual safety car for Albon's retirement. But anyway, Raikkonen leads this race once again. In his career, he leads another race, but we'll see if he can win this one. Probably not, unfortunately, but we'll see. Things are not impossible. Green sector 1, that we seem to be finding pace, apart from the bit of oversteer out of turn 6. But anyway, we get DRS, that'll be useful to defend from Hülkenberg. He seems to be getting a bit of a toe from us. I'm trying to break the toe. But anyway, he's going to try and go down the inside of turn 8, but we managed to break that a little bit later. And here's a battle with Raikkonen and Grosjean, but Raikkonen fends him off, I was going to say, but looks like Grosjean has actually got the better of him. And now Romain Grosjean leads this Grand Prix. What is happening in this race? Anyway, a red sector 2. Not too sure what happened there, just going a bit too slowly. But we're now on the podium positions here in this French Grand Prix. As we're going to use Rich and Overtake and DRS. Thought about a move on Kimi Raikkonen, but it's not quite going to work, a bit too far back. But anyway, we got a good run out of turn 9. We're now going to use some Rich fuel mix and see if we can overtake him into turn 11. This is not an overtaking corner, as I said before. We touch wheels and I half spun it. Can we hold it? Yes, we do manage to hold it, and we take second position as well. What a move. That was a sideways overtake, like what Massa did in Singapore 2011, I think. But there we go, sideways around turn 11. Raikkonen goes off the track, gives me enough space, and there we go, up into second place. But now, here we go, Grosjean pits with Kimi Raikkonen as well. We're going to get DRS, because obviously we're still behind in the detection point. And Gasly pits as well, and that promotes us into the lead of this French Grand Prix. Behind us is Nico Hülkenberg still, and behind him, Charles Leclerc is there as well. I think Sebastian Vettel is behind him. He's got the fastest lap at the moment. But anyway, looks like the two Ferraris are battling with the Renault. Hülkenberg stays ahead of Vettel, or does he? Anyway, we're going to have a look at a replay of that. So Charles Leclerc down the inside, it was 3 wide into turn 3, and Vettel round the outside into turn 6, ran out of time in the replay feature, but does Vettel manage to make the move stick? Yes, he does, and now he's up into second place. He's on the soft tyres as well.
The rain is a few laps out yet, but it is coming. Be careful, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Yeah, rain is actually starting to come as well. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm anticipating that Vettel and Leclerc now can catch up to me. I'm just setting the intermediate tyres for this next pit stop. I'm confident that these hards can go until the rain. Well, obviously that depends on how quickly the rain comes and how accurate Jeff's weather report is. But anyway, Vettel and Bottas both pit in for another. No, I was going to say another set of softs, but I think they ran out of softs, so they must be choosing the mediums then. So now we're still in the lead, ahead of Leclerc, ahead of Hamilton, and Lando Norris pits as well. Once again, he used the soft tyres twice, meaning he must be going on to another set of mediums. There you go, Bottas on the set of mediums, and Vettel too. And is there enough time in the flashback to have a look? This is Devon Butler, and yes, he's going on to a set of mediums as well. He's on the same strategy. We ran out of time to see which tyre Lando is going on to, but I'm confident that he's going on to the mediums because you only get two sets of soft tyres to use for the race. One from qualifying and then just one specifically for the race. But anyway, as I said, Leclerc has caught up to us, and on the straight on lap 15 towards 16 now, and just literally flying past. As I was saying on this career mode journey before, Ferrari power is quite a lot better than this Renault, so it's something that we need to work on for future R&D. But anyway, next up behind me is Lewis Hamilton, obviously Mercedes power was really good at this time as well. Not as good as Ferrari, but still pretty damn fast. We're going to get some DRS on Leclerc, but it's certainly not going to be enough.
You're starting to drop back from the car in front by 2 seconds a lap.
Yeah, that's very accurate, Jeff, thanks. But anyway, as you can see, first drops of rain are starting to form on the camera, and you can see them on the bodywork as well. And yeah, starting to get a bit slippery out here now on these old hard compound tyres. Hamilton's on hards as well. I think he started on the softs and went to the hards, maybe, or mediums to hards, I'm not too sure. And we might think about boxing next lap. It doesn't seem to be too slippery at the moment because turn 10 was still flat out. So we'll see. At the moment, grip still seems to be there, but we're now on lap 18. The rain's starting to get heavier, and Jeff has suggested the new strategy: go on to intermediates at the end of this lap. Here comes Lewis Hamilton down the inside of turn 8, but we do manage to hold him off. But it's going to be really slippery out of turn 9. Hamilton doesn't get a much better run than us, but his power unit is less worn and better. So there he goes round the outside of turn 10, which is no longer flat, or especially not for me anymore because I'm on the inside line. But anyway, boxing this lap, and we'll see. I've completely messed up the pit entry. You can see it's definitely getting slippery, but we do manage to avoid a speeding penalty, and into the pits we go. So Verstappen is pitting as well, and it looks like he's holding up Hamilton on his pit exit. So let's see if we can get a good stop for the McLaren crew. 2.082 seconds, and we have managed to jump Lewis Hamilton in the pits. Thanks McLaren pit group. Certainly won't be giving you any claims for that. But anyway, Perez stays out on the hard tyres. He's going to be a bit of a sitting duck because of his tyre grip is no good, as you can see. Even on the straights, he's got no grip. So here we go, down the inside of turn 3. A bit of an aggressive move, but we had to get it done as soon as possible. Now Lando's coming in for his stop. I think this must be his 4th stop of the day. Soft to medium to inter. But anyway, Charles Leclerc is definitely starting to pull away. We got snap of oversteer out of turn 7. But anyway, we're now skipping all the way to lap 21. Hamilton has managed to stay ahead. No, sorry, Verstappen has managed to stay ahead of Hamilton, and seems to be catching up to me now. So we'll see if we can hold him off. If we do, we can stay on the podium. Maybe 2nd place if we're lucky. But anyway, I'm just driving as hard as I can. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of fuel left and quite a lot of ERS. So maybe the fuel efficiency is not as bad as I thought, or maybe it's because fuel isn't that important in the rain, I suppose. Also in the rain you need a lot of grip, and this McLaren seems to be pretty grippy. It almost seems better than the Mercedes and the Red Bull behind me, because I'm seeming to be able to stretch away from them. And once again, oversteer out of turn 7. We're faster on the straights as well. That Honda engine, it's not bad, don't get me wrong, but doesn't seem to be as good as our Renault. So it seems a bit encouraging to see. Here comes Hamilton round the outside into turn 8. That turns into the inside line for turn 9, and he does manage to make that move stick. He's up into 3rd place on lap 25, and he's now looking to chase after me. I still don't know whether the Mercedes or the Red Bull is faster in these conditions on this track. I'd say they're pretty equal. They're still close together, very close together. But all of this squabbling has meant that I've managed to pull away slightly. So let's see if we can hold it to the end of the race. We've only got 2 laps left, and it looks like we are going to stay in second place. Charles Leclerc wins the French Grand Prix, the French-speaking Monegasque, and his French Grand Prix wins it, and we do manage to take second place. And by the way, I think there was an issue with Jeff's audio towards the end of the race because he didn't actually say anything there.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
It's a heroic effort for any driver to race in conditions like these, and seeing them fight their way to the front was very special indeed. They were able to find all the grip, all the good lines, and have the confidence to get on the power to top it all off. That's what pushed them into first place here today.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
So there we go. Charles Leclerc wins this race. We take second, and not Lando. He's way down the order, but Lewis Hamilton completes the podium positions. Good weekend, from 14th on the grid all the way up into second. Yeah, I'm very proud of that. Hopefully we can have many good results like this in the future in this career mode.
Let's review the updated driver standings.
Not just from like down
Hamilton,
to not like from 15th to second like we did today, or 14th to second I should say, but
have to give it to
just consistently good results, and that's exactly what we had today. And we also got driver of the day, if you heard
it was a tough race for our championship leaders
commentators say in the subtitles. But yeah, good weekend for us. Not so much on the other side of the garage. Lando Norris from 9th on the grid goes down to 16th.
Be sure to join myself and Ant.
Yeah, the strategy that he had was really poor, I'd say. If only, really, he couldn't really... Well, he started on the soft tyres because, well, there's nothing he could do about that. He qualified in Q2 using that tyre, so he had to start on that one. But anyway, in the standings, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc swap positions, ahead and behind me. But we remain in 5th. In the drivers, Norris remains in 9th, and we do manage to overtake Red Bull in the constructors' standings. So we're now the 3rd best team in Formula 1. Hopefully we can continue that run for the rest of the season and for future seasons, but good weekend for us at least. Not so much for Norris, but looking at the rest of the grid, Kimi Raikkonen, nice job from him into the points. Valtteri Bottas from 12th to 6th. Not too bad from him either. So, yeah, that's all I can say, really. But anyway, here we go in the rivalry. As you can see, I've won it against Albon, and I'm now leading against Norris. So, that's nice to see. But anyway, I'm expecting big resource points to come in, and already looking good. We've got 500 resource points from the team goal bonus as well, and 250 from winning a rivalry. So altogether, we've got 1,900 resource points to spend for the next episode, and the second best reputational team for us is actually Red Bull. So interesting to see that. But
great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium.
Yep, I'm happy with that as well. But now we're going to do another contract negotiation with this team. So I'm going to lower the qualifying position to 6th in terms of the expectation. I'm going to raise the team goal to difficulty to hard because I was on medium before and it was a bit too easy. So anyway, for the rest of the stuff I might just leave it the same, to be honest. Couldn't really give much of a...
Alright, the terms have been agreed. All that's left is to sign the paperwork. You'll be on this new deal from the next race weekend.
Yeah, as I was saying, I couldn't really give much of a priority to either of them. But looks like I should have, because yeah, I was way off in terms of the contract value relative to my one, according to the scale. But anyway, as I was saying, more R&D, and I think we might do some ERS upgrades here, because as you may have seen today, ERS management wasn't really that good. I mean, it was good, but it could be a lot better. I think mainly because the engine was too worn out, so I think the next upgrade we'll do is some durability. Looking at the rest of them, they don't seem too important because the car's chassis felt good already. Yeah, the only major thing that we need to work on is durability and engine power. But as you can see, I've given the turbo some extra boosting in terms of durability. Turbos are for boosting anyway, but anyway, for the rest of the resource points, I've spent them on upgrading the engine power. But that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on the bell icon so you can get some notifications for every new video that comes out. As you may have seen, there were no highlights available to watch because I did do a mid-session save at some point, so I'm going to leave you guys with this hot lap around France in the wet. I made a video of this the other day, so if you want to see the full video and the onboard kind of stuff, click on the pop-out banner in the top right hand corner of the screen to watch this video. But until then, until the next episode, I'll be making my team 2020 episode as well, so stay tuned for that. But until that one, I'll see you next time.